Hi, this is Stephanie Miller from The Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from my show on Political Voices Network. Is it game over yet, Frangela? Is this...
Yeah,
How many bombshells are we in now?
You telling me we got to go to the Supreme Court and ask them if that person should be the president of the United States?
Yeah.
Somebody who will not accept election results? Somebody who works and is trying to... Are you kidding?
I mean, I got to say, this is like all over the place. We've been quoting, playing Judge Luttig, who is this conservative legal giant, saying former Attorney General Roberto Gonzalez says he feels there's ample evidence Trump helped incite the January 6th insurrection. He said, I think on the merits, yes, one consideration, one argument will be the due process one. But putting that aside, which is not insignificant, I think it's fairly clear to me that former President Trump engaged in an insurrection. This is the torture guy. Mm-hmm. The language of the Constitution is engaged in insurrection. I think he meets that standard based on the findings of the trial court judge in Colorado, based on the excellent work of the January 6th committee. I think in my mind, that threshold has been met. I mean, it doesn't say convicted of in the 14th Amendment, does it?
No, absolutely not. And I just can't get over, how lazy Donald Trump is. This whole insurrection, he thought he was going to pull off becoming president illegally, taking over this government by making some phone calls and sitting and watching the people fight. Mm-hmm. This is who they idolize.
Yeah. I mean, Ellie Mistal, our friend, said, of course the Supreme Court is going to weigh in and likely overturn the Colorado State Supreme Court's interpretation of Colorado state law. I mean, forgive many of us for being skeptical of this current Supreme Court, including Clarence Thomas, who, if any judge should ever recuse, it should be him. But of course,
absolutely. Mm-hmm. And get ready for the hypocrisy of this state can't decide its own election laws, but it can decide if women can have abortions or not. Get ready for that hypocrisy.
Yeah. Oh,
uh-oh. Is that you?
Yes, I'm sorry. I had my ringer on. I'm not a radio professional. I've only been doing this a short time. Lanny Davis. I mean, I'm just looking at, legal. We had Barb McQuaid on today. He said, I agree with the detailed analysis of the majority opinion. There's substantial evidence in the public record that Trump violated Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, i.e. he participated in insurrection, criminal conspiracy to thwart the lawful election of Joe Biden. So... And I disagree with this, but he goes on to say, but it's not good for the country, not good law for Trump to be barred from running in 2024 without due process of law, which means a trial, the right to cross-examination, and a verdict of guilty by a jury beyond a reasonable doubt. And anyway, he goes on to talk about, though, the ultimate, of course, abuser and denier of the U.S. Constitution, the rule of law, and due process is Trump, with the whole 2016 lock her up. Remember, it's just, there's so much hypocrisy. They wanted, the locker up, she shouldn't be allowed to run. Remember all that?
Yes. Of course. I'll die remembering it.
Yeah.
What I don't understand is this idea it's not good for the country to put him in jail for trying to overthrow it. That's not good for the country. Let me understand this, because all I know is it good for the country when you put so many black people in jail for crimes they didn't commit? For low level, when black kids are killed because they may have Skittles in their pocket, is that good for the country? I can't. It's the law.
And I pointed order, Lanny writes, and now we know the Inspector General of the State Department did not find Hillary violated any criminal laws, and FBI Director James Comey, no Hillary fan, agreed there was not one of the 33,000 emails she transferred to her private server contained recognizable classified markings. I mean, it really is, when you think back, it just makes your head explode. Yes, it's obviously hypocritical, he writes, for Trump and his supporters to scream about due process in the Colorado case. But Mrs. Clinton's example also shows why due process is so important. She was never convicted of anything. So far, Trump hasn't either. But again, I don't think that's what the 14th Amendment says. So, and by the way, there was a trial in Colorado. That's what Barb McQuaid was saying.
Yeah. The lie here is they want to try to act like these are even modestly comparable. I mean, if we do even direct actual comparisons between what she was accused of and what we know he did,
right?
Like from the
we saw he did
to the insurrection, we have witnessed these crimes.
Yeah, I know, and now we have yet another tape. We're like, okay, is this enough now? Let's go to Tracy in Mesa, Arizona. You're on with Frangela. Hello.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Frangela. Matt from Chicago mentioned a little bit ago that he's the reason, or you're the reason he gets up in the morning.
Yes.
I want to remind you that I have to get up to feed the chickens, but you're the reason I stay up. So there you go. Anyway, I've mentioned over the last few weeks that it's been a little bit hard to admit that I'm a native of Colorado between Lauren Boebert and the Denver Broncos, but the events of this last week have given me some renewed hope that I can proudly say I am a native of Colorado. So there you go.
Yeah.
Just wanted to say happy holidays to everybody, whatever you celebrate, and we'll see you after the first of the year.
Well, thank you, honey. Love you, Trace. Leslie in Long Beach, you're on with Frangela. Hello.
Hey, guys. So good to talk to you again. I don't know if I can pull this off as well as the great Molly Ivins, but when I look at Donald Trump and his supporters at their rallies and whatnot, Angela, I think you mentioned Donald Trump being lazy. He's also not smart. Molly said of then Vice President Dan Quayle, when she was asked about him by Letterman, she goes, well, he's a lot dumber than I thought. She said if you put his brain in the bumblebee, it'd fly backwards. And, fast forward to today, Donald Trump is the bumblebee flying backwards that all these people are following.
Yeah.
And there's been such a dumbing down and a lack of respect for education, and we see this in the with the people at the Trump rallies. It's terrifying.
Yeah. Well, Frangela said it best. Orange people are lazy. They just want government handouts.
That's right.
Donald Trump.
They just want to milk the system.
Yeah.
That's what they about.
Yeah, speaking of being dumb, Trump brags about his wealth and fraud trial may spell trouble for the E. Jean Carroll trial. I mean, we're talking to Barb McQuaid about it. It is kind of hilarious that, I don't know what he doesn't think, other judges hear stuff he says. Billionaire boasting in one civil court trial might send Donald Trump to the poorhouse in another. Lawyers for E. Jean Carroll, who he is the advice column, Trump has been found liable of defaming plans to introduce Trump's $250 million fraud trial testimony as evidence in their upcoming trial. Trump considered while it's possible that Trump considered his upcoming damages trial when he bragged earlier this year that he was worth hundreds of millions, if not billions more than listed on his financial statements. Legal expert doubts it. There is no Trump legal team. There are multiple Trump legal teams. Increasingly, their worlds are colliding in potentially problematic ways. I mean, this is hilarious because it's exactly what, the New York trial is about. Him, when he's going for a loan, right? Saying, I'm a multi-billionaire. And then, right?
Yeah.
When it's time for taxes, it's with a penny.
There's no money.
Yeah.
Good, but you know what gives me joy in this holiday season? It's just thinking about how two black women bankrupted Rudy Giuliani.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Good tidings of great joy.
Yeah, exactly. Oh. Yeah. We've already played the Jeffersons theme because we can't. They're going to be. But they're going to at least get his apartment. The bankruptcy thing is not going to help him, right?
No.
But you also can't get blood from a stone. I don't. We'll see.
His
how much.
apartment's worth $6 million.
Can I try?
Yeah, you can try. We can try. Absolutely.
You know what?
Yeah. His
apartment
apartment in New York's worth
Italian suits in there and shoes and jewelry.
Yeah.
Let's just see what we can.
Yeah.
eBay.
They can get that piece of the pie. He's got a deluxe apartment in the sky.
He does.
Right?
I think they should be able to grab every piece of food as he tries to put it in his mouth. Just
like Francis did on that Survivor show you guys did. Just right out of your mouth.
I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, like the Grinch. Like if there's one Who berry left in that apartment, just
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You slide that candy cane out from Cindy Lou Who's hands.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
While she's sleeping.
Exactly. Terrence in Mississippi, you're on with Frangela. Hello, Terrence.
Hey, good morning, Stephanie. Good morning, everybody.
Hi.
And a happy Christmas, Kwanzaa, or whatever way you say
Merry
it.
Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa to you. Yes.
All right, thank you very much. I already started my vacation, so na boo boo.
I've got 15 minutes away, Terrence. Don't rub it in.
Oh, okay. Well, anyhow, when Trump's Georgia call was released, after a while, I kept saying to myself, I know Georgia just cannot be the only one.
Thank you, Terrence. I said the same thing.
Because I think of myself, there had to be a call to like Wisconsin to Arizona to Pennsylvania, and none of these calls have come out yet.
It depends on who
so long.
Yeah, who recorded it. I mean, that's what we're down to now. You have to have recorded it. I don't. I mean, because you know that it can't have just been those 2 states, right?
Of course not. Whatever number they could get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I
know how we can figure it out. We just get their cell phone bills and look at the number.
Exactly. But also what gets me is that we don't know unless somebody says it.
Right.
So what that says to me is there are people still protecting Donald Trump and the greasy stuff the GOP were doing.
Yeah.
And that to me is why he should not be on this. We shouldn't be able to vote for him because these people do not play by the rules.
Are you saying legally fat meat is greasy?
Yeah.
It's greasy.
I don't want to throw legal terms at you, but it's the legal term is fat meatus is gracious. It's the Latin.
Ipso post fat meat is greasy.
Right.
You can't wax both ends of the legal pony twice.
Right.
That's right.
Okay.
Stare decisis.
Right. If I throw legal rice at you.
Right.
We're going to catch it.
And cook it.
Okay.
Yep.
For people who just tuned in for the first time, we're like,
What?
okay, 40.
What are you going to do when you wax that pony?
I don't remember. Okay.
Wax it twice.
All I know is you can't wax it twice.
There you go.
Can't do that.
There it is, my first drink of the day, Z-Biotics Pre-Alcohol Probiotic. Many of you know my story. I stopped drinking wine for 3 years during COVID, during the lockdown as part of a health reset. Now I drink wine in moderation, but this is an amazing new product. I've always believed in probiotics. And Z-Biotics, check this out. You drink just one of these. It's the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. I am using this and I feel great in the morning. I don't have to worry if I have an extra glass of wine, I still feel great in the morning. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. I've always had acid reflux problems. It is this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your rough next day. Z-Biotics produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. All I know is it works. It is Z-Biotics Pre-Alcohol Probiotic. Go to zbiotics.com/politicalvoices or scan the QR code on the screen right now.